Would you say that power over internet is another kind of huge thing that people have pushed people more to IP cameras?
Yeah. So again, that power over Ethernet or over internet.
Ethernet, my apologies.
All good.
Power over Ethernet. POE.
POE. So the cool part, again, going back to this whole discussion, is really centered around ease of infrastructure. So when you have a POE switch that's able to garnish control and garnish video and also power the camera, you just have one cable. That's all you have to worry about. The second we say that to people, it really sets in the available, capabilities of IP video. Because again, once you remove the need for a dedicated power cable, people love that. People even want everything wireless. We get that all the time. Oh, do you have a wireless camera? We're like,
and I gotta ask about that actually, because now that you're saying it, I like power over internet, but I'm used to cables. I'm used to cables connecting my stuff. I feel safe with the cable. When it comes to a wireless network, I worry about things dropping.
Fair.
That's the biggest issue. That's one of the things that actually, with Wowza, with our encoders, for example, we have all of these health monitoring options to make sure that if the network is becoming a problem. And that's what I do think about in some cases with IP cameras, except that when we're talking about it in the case of in-house communications, it's a closed network. So I know my bandwidth is fine, especially on wires. So I feel safe on wires.
Fair
but
enough.
You're telling me a lot of people, they want to cut it completely?
People just want to cut the wire. They have for years and years and years. And it's just taken a while for technology to catch up. We don't have necessarily a dedicated camera that has wireless capability, but we do have what's called the wireless cable. So it's actually a network extender. What you can do with this is if you're using IP video in any fashion. Let's say, for example, you're in a stadium. We'll say a high school stadium, high school gymnasium. Somewhere that was probably built in the 50s or 60s, doesn't really have the capability to be wired for audio and video, but it does, again, it has that IP infrastructure, because obviously there's internet or intranet in that building. You can use this wireless cable attached to one of our PTZOptics cameras to send a IP video stream 400 meters, or you could actually daisy chain 4 of them together to get 1,600 meters of video signal over a wireless cable. And a lot of people are just asking for that, again, because of ease of install and lack of infrastructure. And the second you start to slim things down using IP video, pulling all of those necessary hardware pieces out of there, and just simply one cable in, one cable out for power, video, and control, you're able to do it that much easily when you want to go wireless. So it's an option, it exists. It's something that people have been asking for long enough that we just had to go out and develop our own product to make it work. And we've done that with the wireless cable.
Nice.
And people are loving it so far.
I know people love wireless, and the biggest problem when I go out somewhere is trying to find a place to plug in. I mean, not everybody has that option. It is wireless. It's expected that you come into an office somewhere and there's a guest network, right?
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And there are free Wi-Fi networks all over the place. Just in Boulder, if you walk down Pearl Street, Google set up free Wi-Fi over the entire situation.
But that being said, when you're thinking about that, you're dealing with all these other people who are also on the network.
That's true.
So
don't stream from Pearl Street. I'm not recommending that in any way, shape, or form. I don't think that network can handle it.
Well, unless you have like a 5G connection, right?
Which 5G, again, coming around the corner, speaking of wireless, that will be a shift again when it comes to IP video and the use of video over a network. Because once we have that greater bandwidth over a wireless connection, who knows? We'll kind of have to see what happens in that space. But I think, again, talking about IP video, that will help, and more people will make that shift.
I'm waiting for the larger adoption of 5G and see what happens with that. I'm very excited for it, definitely.
Yeah, me as well. I mean, anytime that there's a large technological shift in that regard, it's going to affect everything.